let's continue. Bane's mind was scrambling, frantic, desperately trying to come up with something that had even the faintest chance of undoing the damage Durante had just done to his case. Vol'jin was Bane's friend. He had always respected the troll, and they had grown closer since Khan's death. He had no desire to interrogate Vol'jin, questioning his interpretation of events, or try to discredit him to the jury, but it had been Vol'jin who had urged him to defend Garrosh in the first place. War Chief Vol'jin, you are a troll of honor, and both Horde and Alliance realize that. No one is disputing that this attempt on your life happened, or that the trolls were exiled to one of the less savory parts of Orgrimmar. Vol'jin expected. You are now the one bearing the responsibilities of War Chief. Bane continued. You have already been forced to make some extremely challenging decisions. Might I ask what your policy on traitors will be? With respect, I protest. Durante shot to her feet as you just ruled. Fashua, the witness, ability to lead the Horde is not a subject for debate in this courtroom. Fashua Bainswet, I'm not questioning his ability, I'm merely asking for his stand on policy. Taranzu cocked his head. I trust it is relevant to the case, shows how. It is. It had best be. I agree with the defender. I have not had the opportunity to be dealing with anyone turning traitor on me, Vol'jin answered, adding yet the subtly friendly expression was gone from his face, to be replaced by a look of wariness. I hope you never do, Bane said, but you were willing to put Garrosh to death for what he did to the Horde. I was, so you will. So you would be willing to put to death anyone who, in your opinion as War Chief, betrayed the Horde. The tension in the room was thick, and for the first time since the trial began, it was not directed at Garrosh. Bane felt it prickling at the nape of his neck, but he knew he could not back down now. Yes, provided. Just answer the question, War Chief, please. Vol'jin watched him searchingly, then said, biting off the word, yes. Bane turned, relieved to not have to look at Vol'jin anymore, and nodded to Kairos. He had been sitting quietly, his expression growing darker, clearly itching to use his abilities, and now he practically leaped up to operate the vision of time. Bane blew air through his nostrils, resisting the urge to stamp restlessly as the scene manifested. It was Garrosh and Vol'jin in conversation, as someone that Durante had shown. But the Night Elf accuser hadn't ended. switched anxiously as he watched. "You'll be no war chief of mine," the image of Vol'jin said in his controlled voice. "You've not earned my request, my respect, and I'll not be seeing the Horde destroyed by your foolish thirst for war." "Stop here," said Bane. He turned to face the august celestials, regarding them intensely. "This is important, so I'm going to emphasize this. What you see right now, with evidence that we all know to be pure fact, is the following. A subject of the Horde has just told the Orc who was properly appointed by the sitting war chief, and I quote, 'You'll be no war chief of mine.'" With perfect timing, Keros delayed a moment to let the importance of what Bane had said sink in, then resumed the scene. "And what exactly do you think that you are going to do about it?" Keros shouted. "Your threats are hollow. Go slink away with the rest of your kind to the slums. I will endure your filth in my throne room no longer. I know exactly what I'll be doing about it, son of Hellscream. I'll watch and wait as your people slowly becoming aware of your ineptitude. I'll laugh as they grow to despise you, as I do, and when the time comes that your failure is complete and your power is meaningless, I'll be there to endure your rule swiftly and silently." The scene paused. People shifted in their seats. Vol'jin has called. The duty-appointed war chief inept, he has said. He despises Garrosh. He threatens to end his rule. What else can these words possibly be construed as other than treason? And what fate awaits the traitor to the Horde? So, according to Vol'jin, its current leader. Let's keep going. "With respect, I protest. For the first time since the trial began, Tyrande seemed truly on edge. Bane had unsettled the perennial poised night elf. The defender is harassing the witness. He is not addressing the witness at all," Taranzu said. "What Vol'jin did not do, or said or did not say, is not pertinent," shouted Tyrande. "With all due respect, Fashua, I believe that it is," said Bane. "I believe that Garrosh felt threatened by Vol'jin and considered him a traitor. I believe it is possible that Garrosh felt his own life was in danger. I have heard discontent expressed and annoyance and disrespect so far, Shuswa," said Taranzu, "and a possible threat that Garrosh might not be leading the Horde." But Goel stepped down peacefully. "While Vol'jin is clearly unhappy and disrespectful subject, I see no physical threat." He could stop. He had made his point. That Garrosh could not well have been acting within the law, and his right to kill Vol'jin if he perceived the troll to be attempting to depose him. But Bane knew that wouldn't be enough. The august celestials had seen Garrosh perpetrate violence against Vol'jin. They needed to see the other side. Hating that it had come to this, yet doggedly determined to do his duty, Bane said, "I request permission to finish this conversation. I believe it is extremely pertinent." feet troll snarled. Then Garrosh. He spat at Fulgin's 2-toed feet. And you yours, war chief. The image faded. Silence. Bane still couldn't look at Fulgin, and instead directed his attention to Taranzu. I have no further questions for the witness. Vashwa and the Pandaren nodded, regarded Bane with what seemed to the Doran like a hint of pity. So that's the end of that chapter now. Right, let's continue to chapter 17. The door from the hall clanged shut behind Anduin, and per his specific request, he was alone in a room with a mass murderer. Anduin poured himself a glass of water and drank. He noticed that this time his hand didn't tremble quite so much. Garrosh, shackled as usual, sat on his sleeping furs, regarding the human prince. I would know your thoughts about Fulgin's testimony, Garrosh stated. Anduin's lips thinned. If we're sticking to our bargain, you tell me something first this time. Garrosh rumbled a deep, melancholy chuckle. I will say to you then that I believe today has put an end to any hope that I will walk out this cell other than to my execution. No, it didn't go well, Anduin aloud. But what specifically makes you say that? Garrosh stared at him, as if he were an idiot. I threatened Fulgin, banished his people, and tried to have him killed. Surely that is enough. Anduin shrugged. He threatened you as well, paid no honor to your title, and vowed to your face that he would kill you. He could easily have had followers ready to carry out the deed in Orgrimmar if he couldn't. Maybe you banished his people, not because you hated them, but because you were afraid of them. Shouting in rage, the orc was on his feet so fast Anduin jerked backwards. At his bellow of fury, the Jew brothers entered and rushed forward. It's all right, Anduin said, raising a hand and forcing a smile. We are just discussing things. Lee and Law exchanged glances. Lee regarded Garrosh with a slow, appraising stare. It sounded like more than that. The orc was silent, but breathed hard and swiftly, as his fist clenched and unclenched. It wasn't, Anduin said. Law said quietly, Prisoner Hellscream, you will control yourself. Speaking with His Highness is a privilege, and one that will be revoked if we feel he is in any danger. Do you understand? For an instant, it looked as though Garrosh would attempt to burst through the bars and to get at Law. Then he sat down, his chains clanked. I understand, he said, still angry, but in control. Very well, do you wish to continue? Your Highness. Yes, said Anduin. Thank you, but may you go. The brothers bowed and left, although Lee gave Garrosh another warning look before he ascended the ramp out of sight. I would have killed you if there had not been bars between us. Garrosh growled softly. I know, Anduin replied. Oddly, he wasn't frightened, but there were was not afraid of some cowardly attempt on my life. I was never scared of Vol'jin. Then why did you not challenge him to a Makara? Anduin shot back, recovering. Why do something underhanded, something that goes against your own traditions? If you weren't afraid, he'd beat you in a fair fight. That's the game cowards play. That's the game Magatha played. I thought you were honourable, but you strike below the belt, whelp. I speak the truth, Garrosh. That's what's upsetting you, isn't it? It's not what others think about you, it's what you think about yourself. Anduin expected another burst of fury, but this time Garrosh turned his rage inward. Only his eyes revealed his anger. I have never forgotten my people's traditions, he said in a voice so soft Anduin had to strain to hear it. I repeat what I said to Vol'jin. Were I free, I would indeed stop at nothing to ensure a proud and glorious future for the Orcs. And anyone with the courage to stand with us. What if the Alliance stood with you? What? What if the Alliance stood with you? Is it truly the Orcs' pride and glory that concerns you, or your own? Words were not planned. They flowed out almost as if of their own accord. Even as Anduin spoke them, he realized their absurdity, and yet something inside him whispered, no, not absurd, not impossible. There can be peace. No one need give up such a future. Unity working together for the good of all. What else could inspire such true pride, bring such lasting glory? Wasn't it this and not killing that made a hero? Right, everyone, I'm going to have to stop now. I am going to make a couple of Fortnite videos. Take a break from reading. I'll thank you for watching so far. If you made it this far, hit that like button for me. Leave a comment below your favourite trigger word, or if I should make more videos like this.